For the past 7 months, I've been looking for a shoe that could bring these tired legs back to life. A shoe that offered comfort, stability, pop, and excitement. And to my surprise, the adidas Adizero Prime X2 Strung was that shoe. At $300, the price tag will be very tough for most to swallow. But for those who are looking for the top-of-the-line running shoe innovations and a super responsive ride, look no further. The Prime X2 Strung is sure to keep your run fun, light, and bouncy. Buckle up and enjoy the ride. What's going on, guys? My name is Chris. I'm a YouTuber that likes to talk about running and running shoes, and today we are going to talk about the adidas Adizero Prime X Strung 2. But before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know this is a shoe that I painfully bought with my own money. It's a $300 shoe. But all of my opinions and thoughts are my own. No one is paying me to make this video. No one has any sway over what I'm about to say about the shoe. So take that for what you will. Also, I've changed the setup here a little bit. Instead of having the black and white chalk wall that my daughter has so graciously kept illustrated, I decided to switch it around, change up the seating, and see how that goes with the shoe reviews for a little bit. Also, it's been a little while since I've done a review. I think the Hoka Skyward X is the last shoe that I talked about. I've just kind of been really busy focusing on my own running and my body and just trying to get healthy. And I'm officially into week 2 of a training block for the Indianapolis Monumental Marathon. So far things are going well, feeling a lot better, getting stronger, and yeah, just getting back into the swing of things. But let's get into the Strung 2. So this shoe has been a game changer for me over the last 7-8 months. It's the shoe that I was able to throw on reluctantly, get out there and start racking up some miles again and working on my volume. And it seems to have been the kind of cushion and support I needed to get over my sciatic nerve injury and to get back into running. This is a monster of a shoe. We're talking about multiple carbon plate surfaces, critical foam throughout the entire outsole, all smashed together to create this uber giant bouncy. It's almost like a little mini trampoline under your foot, and it creates a very fun, poppy, bouncy, squishy, comfortable run. And I would really recommend it for anybody that's looking for like a long run, daily trainer kind of shoe that has money to spend. Because again, this is a $300 shoe. It's not cheap, but I will say that when you put it on, you start running in it, it makes sense. You're like, okay, yep, this is a $300 shoe. I can tell why there's a lot going on here, but it's making the run enjoyable. But before we get into what it was like to run in the shoe entirely, here are the specs of the shoe on the screen. So, what was it like to run in the Adizero Prime X2? Honestly, at first, I was pretty skeptical. So, to begin, the upper is very unconventional. While it looks the Strung, it's a 3D printed upper, so it's a very interesting idea and concept. And you would think possibly that it's very flexible and easy to get on, but it's not. It's very fixed. The laces, all they really do is just make sure that the shoe doesn't come flying off while you're running. You can't really cinch this down and tighten it up a whole lot, but it's a very snug upper. So as soon as you get your foot in and you tie it down, you're locked in. You're not going anywhere. It feels like the heel wants to slip, but it doesn't. And after you're locked in, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to run in. So I took this shoe out to begin with on very easy runs, so 3, 4, 5 mile efforts here and there, just to kind of get back into the sensation of running and running on a daily basis. And you know, for the last half year, anytime I got to like mile 3 or 4, started getting a little nervous, like, all right, when's the leg going to give out? When's the nerve going to start yelling at me? And in this shoe, for the first time in half a year, that did not happen. To the point, and to the irresponsible point, that I went ahead and ran 10 miles one day just because I was feeling like it. And by the time I got home, I could cry. I was so excited that I finally got to the point where I felt like I was over the running hump, the sciatic nerve hump, and I found a shoe that I could run in comfortably, and I really enjoyed it. It's a very bouncy, squishy run, like I said. You can literally feel the shoe pushing you up. That's thrown around a lot with carbon-plated shoes and with shoes that have a plate or have a lot of critical foam in it, that you can feel the propulsion. While that's true, in this shoe, it literally feels like it's pushing you away from the ground and popping you back up. And for a runner that loves that kind of sensation, this shoe just sang. I love it. So some of the main features of this monster shoe are the Light Strike Pro foam, which is their race day foam. That's the foam you're going to find in all of Adidas' main running shoes. So you've got 2 thick slabs of the Light Strike Pro foam. You have the carbon leaf spring plate, which is kind of the innovative piece of this shoe. It delivers what Adidas calls a highly propulsive ride and bouncy toe off, which is certainly the case. This also has the Energy Core foam pod, which Adidas calls incredibly soft and resilient, and it sits between the carbon leaf spring plate to offer the pop and bounce that you feel, that trampoline effect underneath. And this is something that you can even, if you look, you can see the window inside. Kind of hard to see here, but you're not looking at a single plate. You're looking at 2 separate plates. And there's also a cutout, kind of hard to see, but it's down the center of the foam. Really hard to see there, but I'm looking straight through it. So there's a lot going on here, and then you can also see the plate through these 3 windows as well. So there's a lot going on in terms of the placement of the plates and the foam, and when you push down, that's kind of what creates that trampoline effect. This does have a pretty beefy stack height, and so in a men's size 9, we're looking at 10.8 ounces, heel stack of 48 millimeters, forefoot stack of 41. So it does feel a little bit like you're running on stilts, but not in a distracting, obnoxious, uncomfortable way. I found it to be pretty comfortable and just, again, a lot of fun to run in. This shoe, again, is going to be for people that really love soft, squishy, bouncy shoes, moon shoes. This is the moon shoe, in my opinion. It's going to be great for long runs and tired legs, and I think it's going to be great for. I think you could also use the shoe to do hill work. Just because having that extra push when you're going uphill kind of feels good on the legs, works on the hammies, and kind of gets you ready for like a Boston effort or something like that. So the $300 price tag is hard to wrap your head around. That is a lot of money for a shoe. And it's not going to be for everybody. This is a shoe that I've had my eyes on for over a year. It's just something that I've really wanted to try, especially since I found myself to be kind of a person that loves the squishy foam that you'll find in a lot of Super Daily trainers. So the Skyward X, the Super Blast 2, which is going to be here soon. The Fresh Foam More, those kinds of shoes are right up my alley, the Kinvara Pro. And so this was a shoe that I wanted to try for a long time, and I'm glad I finally got a pair and gave it a shot, because now it's one of my favorite shoes. Anytime I'm thinking I just want to go on some fun, easy miles, if I'm not testing a shoe, I'll probably be running them in this until I've got way too many miles on it. So I think it's a great shoe for people that are looking for an experimental shoe. Money's not an option, money's not a problem, and great long run shoe, great for tired legs, just a really comfortable, fun shoe. I think you can race in it. I have seen people race in the shoe, but that stack height is pretty intense. It's not the lightest shoe ever for a race day shoe, so it's something to think about. But for people that are kind of like the middle to back of the pack runners, this might be the perfect shoe for the 26 miles for the grueling marathon distance. I think this might be a shoe that really takes care of the legs and just keeps you feeling bouncy and gets you to the finish line. So I've loved this shoe, gonna wear it for a long time. I'd recommend it to anybody that's looking at it, considering it seriously. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. You'll get over the weird upper fit, and you'll find the shoe to be very comfortable. The only thing I don't like about the shoe that has been a bit of an issue is because there is so much foam there, there's so much cushion that I did find my toes were digging in a little bit. I think they were trying to grip a little bit in that foam, that soft foam, and because of that, over time, long distance runs, I was developing some blisters on a couple of my toes on both sides. But again, I think that has to do with the fact that there's so much soft critical foam in this shoe that it causes your feet to kind of go exploring and looking for something to grab, something a little more firm. Because naturally, that's what your foot wants. It wants to grab what's underneath. It wants to grab the ground. And you cannot get to the ground for some time through this shoe. There's a lot of foam to sift through. So that's my only gripe with the shoe. Other than that, I've loved it. And again, I'm kind of tied to it because I feel like it brought me back to life a little bit when it comes to running. So little impartial here, but what can I say? So anyways, guys, I hope that you found this beneficial in some way. And if you're thinking about giving it a shot, I would strongly recommend it. It's a lot of money. I wouldn't go out of your way to get the shoe, but if it's something that's on your radar, try it out for sure. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. I've been very busy working on a lot of different things, so I haven't put out videos in the frequency that I'm usually doing, but I do plan to get back to that soon, especially now that we're marathon training again. So anyways, thanks guys. Appreciate your support. Stay hydrated, stay safe. Catch you on the flip side.